We are going to learn about GP removal RE-RCT tips in this video. 1. Armamentarium. 2. Endomotor setting. 3. GP removal under 3 types of sealers. And the armamentarium part, you need to have a heating source, basically a obturation pen and RE-RCT files, rotary files D1, D2, D3 and H files. Retreatment files, what is that? It is one D1, D2, D3. How to identify them? Based upon the number of rings on the file. 1 ring D1, 2 rings D2, 3 rings D3. What is the difference? They are D1 is 9% taper, D2 is 8% taper, D3 is 7% taper. In the H file, you don't need the all assorted one. You just need only two among this. The red and the blue. 25 and 30 H files is needed. So next time don't waste your money in assorted one. Buy only 25 and 30 H files. This is the overall armamentarium you needed. Heater source to gain access into the GP material. The rest of them is for GP removal. And the endomotor setting, you need to set the speed to the maximum. 600 is recommended and highest torque 4 is recommended, and we have to switch off the auto reverse function. And the endomotor is ready for using retreatment file. Where to use D1, D2, D3 rotary RE-RCT files. D1 is for removing coronal 1/3 and D2 is for removing middle 1/3 and D3 is for removing apical 1/3. In patient, you have to check the radiograph and use it according to the working length. And where to use the H files? They are used to remove GP in narrow apical 1/3 portion. We are going to see the first scenario, zinc oxide eugenol sealer. After gaining the access using obturation pen or any heated source, you have to use D1 in coronal 1/3 region. You should use only circumferential motion, do not give apical force, and this is the full one point you need to remember throughout the RE-RCT procedure. Once you get the access in coronal 1/3, use D2 to the middle 1/3. You can see the GP will start swirling outside, but it will never come out. To remove the GP, you need to use the hand files. And you have to use the red H file to the apical 1/3 and engage it, pull it in one stroke. You can see the GP point will come fully in this zinc oxide eugenol sealer scenario. And the second scenario is the resin sealer used, and you can see how the GP point will come out. In this case, we have used D2 directly. Do not do this until you get experience and confidence. Once you started using D2, you get gain access, you can use D2 directly. You can see that he is giving only circumferential motion and no apical force should be given. Once after reaching the working length, you need to use H file in circumferential motion. Do not give more apical pressure and do not obturate in the same day, because giving the apical force sometimes the debris will go beyond apex. Hence, obturation done on the same day is not advised in RE-RCT procedure, and the GP will never come out as a single piece in this resin sealer. There are several dissolving agents available in the market to remove the sealer in the canals. And in this case, you can find the blue file has reached a patency and it will come beyond the apex. And you can start the BMP procedure. And the third scenario is the bioceramic sealer used. You can see the D1 used to gain access into the coronal 1/3. Never give the apical force. you give only circumferential motion without touching the dentin, and once reaching the desired working length you need to change the rotary file to D2. I am removing the D1 and inserting D2. And the middle 1/3 working length is measured, and I am going to use the D2. I am giving the circumferential motion. You can never see the GP will come out or swirling outside in like the zinc oxide usinol. After reaching the desired working length, you can use the manual H file for removal of GP. After measuring apical 1/3 working length, you have to negotiate the H file to the apical 1/3 region and engage them to the apical 1/3 and give it a pull motion for the GP removal. I am giving the pull motion. You can't never see the GP points coming out in a single piece. In this case I can never able to pull out the GP, so I am going to use D3 rotary RCT file. Using D3 to the apical 1/3, after reaching the working length you need to again use the H file for the GP removal. Using D3 I can feel the all of the GP has been removed outside. You can see the GP has been coming outside. And giving the H file, engaging it to the apical 1/3 region, I can see the H file will going so freely that there is no GP into it. To check it out, I am going to take the radiograph. In the radiograph you can see all the GP has been pulled outside. There is no GP in the canal except the sealer, which can be removed using sealer dissolving agent. You can start the BMP procedure and obturate in next sitting. Like, share, subscribe dear Madness Dentistry. Learn RE-RCT procedure. We are in time period of getting more retreatment cases nowadays. Thank you once again. Bye.